Hello, friend. I am so glad you're here with me. My name is Judith, and I'm from His Unmeasured Grace. And I also am often in Jesus Journaling, a Facebook group. So today, we're going to be testing out these pencil crayons, and it's so much like Christmas. And that's because I am so excited to have these new crayons and to be able to test them with you. So here they are, and they come in this really neat box. The lid comes off and they're all facing upwards. And what could be better than that? It makes it really easy to see and easy to use. And we're going to be testing them to see how strong they are or soft they are, and just how the colors are. And I have a few journals. I also will be showing you how they work on printer paper and on notebook paper. Today, what I'm doing, this is just going to be so much fun, and it's going to be very practical. And why did I get these when I have been so happy with my Prismacolor pencils? I'll tell you why. Some of them are getting super short. I'll show you. Some of them are getting super short. Look at my green pencils. Look at in the comparison to a regular pencil. It's like a couple more sharpens, and it's going to be so hard to hold. They're already getting hard to hold. So what's better than a new pencil? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to be showing you, I'm going to be drawing this, and we're just going to see, I will tell you what I think about them. Why did I get these instead of Prismacolors? I've seen Prismacolor pencils on sale, and for this many crayons, I saw them on sale around Christmas time, and they were around $100. They come out to like about $1 a pencil. If you get the 72 set that I have, that I paid much less for a few years ago, they're around 70 something dollars now, which is ridiculous. And if you get a Prismacolor pencil in Hobby Lobby, they are just under $2 a pencil. So my husband was like, oh, just get the colors you need. And I'm like, I am not paying that much for them. So I'm going to try these. This video is for you, because if you're on a tight budget or you've had unexpected things come in your life, then you might want to try some of these. These were only $22. So I don't know what the cost will be by the time you see this video. They're linked in the description below. And but they still wouldn't be like $100 or $70 or anything like that. So we're going to test them and blend them and create something simple in our Bible, or actually on this page first. I have something in my Bible too, because this page these are thicker. My Bible is thinner, and we're not going to do anything complicated, just something easy. So first impressions. This is going to be exciting. I am going to take, let me think. I like this color is like a pinkish color. It's called magenta. And I first drew this in pencil. Pencil is usually what you should use. I sometimes don't, and I can be sorry. Then this is it's actually called Precise. I don't know what that brand is. And it's a fine tip rolling, does the black a little bit finer than this ball pen. Pencil is usually what you should use. I sometimes don't, and I can be sorry. Then this is it's actually called Precise. I don't know what that brand is. And it's a fine tip rolling ball pen. It does the black a little bit finer than this. Okay, and this works well if I want to make prettier pictures. Lettering. It's a little thicker. Often what I use is this Prismacolor pen, and it's a finer point. I think it's what I use for this. All right, so here we go. I'm going to just color it lightly. And these pencils were from China. I grew up in Hong Kong, so that's why I accidentally said that. And China is making everything these days. Used to be when I was a kid growing up in Hong Kong that things made in China were not as good usually as things made in Japan. But now we just hear things made in China all the time. So, what do I think? I think it's very good. I'm like pleasantly surprised because I needed a new set of pencil crayons. And it seems to be doing what I want it to do. And a lot of you don't have the money to go out and spend like over $50 on just crayons. So these Kalour, I think they're like, maybe it said color. I don't know. It's with a K. So, but like I said, it's linked below, and I really would encourage you to get these. I'm happy. I did not try them before this. So I guess what I'm saying is if I had been finding that they were kind of hard like Crayola pencils are, I would not be pleased right now because I'm supposed to be coloring for you. I have tried in Master's Touch pencil crayons from Hobby Lobby, and these, I like these better. Hobby Lobby's pencils tend to be kind of rough. So there you have it. And what I often don't blend because I just don't have the time to make something very artistic like that. So I sometimes do, but a lot of times I'm doing well just to get some coloring done. Coloring is so relaxing to do. I just really love it. But so they lay down really smooth, and I will try to blend. We'll see how that goes. I think they blend kind of nicely. Blending is layering the colors. You lay down one color. You saw that I did one color. I filled all the background and everything. I don't know what an artist does. I am so unartistic that I don't know how that goes, how they would do it. I like this. These are really nice crayons. I'm really pleased with it. And I'll tell you something, it's not like I color sometimes and do other things. Other times I color all the time, just about every day. So I want to see how they work on a thinner page and a Bible. And I'll come back to this maybe. Okay, so how do they color in my Bible? On my Bible. In my Bible. How should I say that? Okay, I've already done this page. And I think I'll pick another slightly different color. Only thing I find that they are a little hard to get out of there. Okay. There you go. And doing a larger area like this, I like to put them on the side. I like coloring on the other book better. The pages are thicker. It's a little nicer for artwork. The Bible pages are a little smoother. So it makes it feel a little bit harder, but I still like it. I'm happy with them. Another little trick I do when I take an eraser and I kind of go around in a circle. I don't erase everything I draw, but when I have a color that I have kind of a lot of color on a background here like this, I will often use the eraser because it smooths the colors out, and it blends what I've drawn so you don't as much see the lines. Leaves make it kind of pop. If I just did the flowers without the leaves, wouldn't be such a good idea. So this is, I really like this. But I have a problem. I am addicted to coloring. I color every day, and I have to stop when my grandkids come, but they're not coming today, so I have more time. So that makes me very happy with these crayons. And I also think that these crayons are beginner friendly, so if you are a beginner, they will be great for you. I have another set of crayons from Arteza. I should demonstrate them sometime. You use water. I use water with them. They're for using water, and they come on like paint. It's almost like painting, and I like them because you have the control of just having the pencil there, which a paintbrush can kind of move around in ways that you didn't expect. There you have it, a little wreath. I will come back and finish this at another point in time. And one thing that's important to remember is that you don't need the most expensive supplies in order to Bible journal. That just isn't a good idea. And especially if you're just starting, you don't need to have the supplies that an artist would have. You need to get started. And if you are thinking that you have to have the very best, which would be Prismacolors in my estimation, maybe there's some others, but I haven't heard of them. You're going to get discouraged from doing it, from getting them in the first place. The price may be even prohibitive. So I would suggest that you get these. I just think these are so lovely. And I love it on this paper. It's fine in the Bible. I didn't mind that either. I want to show you what this book is. This is a book that I got from Hobby Lobby. So it was very inexpensive. I love that it has the spiral on the outside. That is just really great because it can lay flat. It doesn't get in my way. And I just went out of the lines. I don't know whether you can see it. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. I can see it, and if I took a photo of it to share on Facebook, you might be able to see it. And it just doesn't matter. I see things where the coloring, whether it's paint or whatever, it is like totally out of the line, and that is okay. I think I like the vibrancy of the colors. Isn't this beautiful? And when you journal, sometimes I do a journal. These are called journals, and I don't like how they came out. I'm not too thrilled of them, and I go ahead and paint it anyway, and it's surprising. Once I've painted it, it often just pops, and the color brings it alive, and somehow the mistakes don't seem to be as big a deal. Now, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just fold this over, make it a little bit more manageable. I am going to take this blue and I'm going to lightly color a square. So I'm going to make a square, and I'm going to test it in there. And color it lightly. You notice that I have the pencil crayon sideways. And there you have it. And then I'm going to take another, and I'm going to press harder and see what happens on that. How does it blend? And take the same color again and see how this is the color when I have it sideways. It almost looks like a totally different color when I press harder. But I do like the feel of the crayon. There you go. And I'm going to take another color and see what happens when I layer it on. And here it blends pretty good. I'm going to take a green and blend it. You can still see it. It blends nice, doesn't it? I'm going to take a darker green. Okay, you get the idea? One thing I like is how the pencil crayon glides easily when you copy on it or use it to draw. It goes smoothly when you color in, and there you have it. And it blends nicely. When I take my eraser and blend this together, it blends nice. It comes up. I can lift it on the page, but it can make the blends smoother so that it's a more natural type of blend. If you're new to Bible journaling, this step and this one over here is so important to get acquainted with your colors and to see what your colors can do. Okay, so back to my Bible page. And this is where all this really matters, because Bible pages are so much thinner. So I'm going to take this other color, it's pink. Maybe I'll have a little bit of a change up from this one. Maybe not as much as I'd like, but I like it still. But if you're new to Bible journaling, this is so important. There are Bibles you can get where you don't even have to be intimidated, because you can, they have pre-drawn pages. So all you have to do is do what I'm doing and color it in. The words are there, the drawing is there, and some of them are very nice designs. I've used them in a couple of Bibles that I have to, I've used them to get ideas so that I can have ideas on how to journal, because I don't just naturally have the ideas coming into my head. That's just not happening. I wish it were, but rarely. Like this idea for this journal, I got from a book I have. Here's the book, and I got the ideas. You can see the flowers are similar, or maybe just about alike, but if it's not as busy. I've just got this, and then I took this and put it at the bottom and put the flowers at both ends, so that you can see how you can be inspired by something but not when you don't have ideas yourself, because you're really not artistic. I keep accidentally feeling like I'm saying autistic. Okay, so you can take this. I like to take that and just go over it. So if you draw it yourself, that's what you can do. And feel free to copy my designs that I have shared in different things that I've done. That's fine. I actually want people to copy them because it's hard to come up with all the ideas on your own. See that? I don't know whether you can see it, but yeah, I kind of missed some of these, and that's okay. It still brings the color to it. And I could sharpen these now, but I don't want you make the noise. Okay, I'm going to put this up here. I just like how this does it. I just like how they color on the page. Even though this page is a little stickier than the art book I have underneath this, I still like how it works. Okay, see there? I might add a few more touches, but there you go. Now, we saw how it works on there, and I'm going to take a black pencil and put some words down on here just to see how it writes. And I like it. It goes on smooth. Now this is my own handwriting, and this is something that I'm often saying. Don't worry about copying lettering you might see. I mean, that's okay if you do. But if you can't do that, you don't feel confident, just use your own handwriting, no matter how messy it is, because even if it's messy, a lot of people's handwriting is messy. It's just normal. The fonts are messy. I saw a font that I could hardly read this morning when I was preparing. All right. I wanted to show you how easy it is to do a flower. So if you want to do that flower that you see here, this is what you do. First, I do some dots in the middle of the page. And then I go and I don't measure it I don't get a lid or something, and I do it around in circles. And a lot of times what you'll see is 3 to 5 flowers. You don't usually see one just by itself, because there's something that 3 does for your eye. And that one is lopsided. It's kind of an odd shape, and that's okay, because flowers in real life aren't even. So I don't know what you're dealing with right now in your life, but when you color, it's relaxing, and it helps to still your soul. And your soul, so you can find it easier to come into the presence of Jesus as you color. And when you color, you're meditating on the verse that you wrote out. This is part of a verse. And sometimes I write often the whole verse because I'm really into scripture writing. But sometimes for my journals, I don't put the whole verse, and that's okay. They don't always fit, especially in the margins of the page. And this doesn't have to be perfect. You might go out of the lines, and that's okay. Even sometimes when you have some white spaces in what you've colored, that is okay. You can come later and just do something like that. Okay, but if you want to do another kind of flower, just a basic flower, first you do this. And you just do these round petals like this. That's it. And then you color this brown or yellow. Sometimes I've seen them brown. And I really like how they come on, though. How they lay the color down. It's very nice and smooth.